my people and my plant people. Welcome to the new year. It is your boy Jumanji Plants, back at it again. Like I said on the last video, I'm gonna be doing some propagating because I kind of need to. Some of my plants are getting a little unruly, so I'm just going to show you how I propagate. Yeah, let's go ahead and start. So let me show you some things that I usually keep to help me propagate. So the first thing I usually use is Super Thrive. A lot of plant people use this. It helps with when the plant is like cut or transferred or something like that. It like helps the plant to like not be nervous. I know that sounds crazy, but it actually helps with a plant transferring. So I typically get one of these like little droppers, take a little bit, and I'll put one in each bottle, just to kind of help it out. I guess it's kind of like a hormone that kind of like helps calm the plant down or whatnot. The next thing I have here is rooting powder. You can get these off of Amazon. You can also use cinnamon. Some people use cinnamon to help with the rooting cut or whatnot. So once you cut it, and then I'll show you how to do it. Once you cut it, that tip that I cut off, I usually just dip it in here, let it callus over for a couple minutes, sometime an hour. And then I come back and I just go ahead and put it in whatever prop I'm using, whether it's Sphagnum moss, whether it's leca, water, tree fern, fiber. So that it just depends on what you want to put it in. Some people just cut and go straight in the water. You do what you want. I'm gonna do what I do. The next thing I have here are, of course, some pretty good sharp scissors. I typically take a Clorox wipe, and I just go ahead and kind of disinfect. I kind of think about it in a sense of a doctor using instruments. You want to treat each plant like it's kind of like its own person. Each plant is carrying its own maybe disease or something like that, maybe bacteria, and you don't want to cut each plant and transfer whatever is growing in one plant to the other. So I usually just go ahead and snip, get to the next one, snip, next one. Pretty simple. I mean, I just use one, right? And another thing that I use, other than, I always have my water that I let sit for about 24 hours, let the chlorine out or whatnot. I have these bottles right here. So I got this from Ross, and it was maybe about $5 or something like that. So this is what I'm going to use to propagate. I'm pretty much just going to fill the bottle up as much as the area root is, as far up as the area root is or whatnot. And I'll show you area roots and the whole little shebang or whatnot. But this is pretty much all I really need. So we're just gonna get into it. So the first plant I'm looking to cut up is going to be this Burle Marx here. I see that I do have a new leaf right there, but I also see that right here it has a little piece coming off from the side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. What this is right here, like I said, that's a sheath right there. Like I said, it has area roots, right? So this right here is an area root. Typically that would stick onto a tree so that the plant can grow higher, because plants are epiphytic. Epiphytic just means that a plant climbs. Some plants don't climb, kind of like peace lilies don't climb, but plants like the pothos, like this here is a pretty good example. This is a pothos. On there, it has area roots right here, right? And that helps it attach to things like the moss or whatnot. That'll help it to grow. So what I'm going to do is push this down just a little bit. I'll take my scissors, and I'm pretty much taking this here leaf. It's green, so hopefully there will be some type of variegation in there. If not, then I'll just have a green leaf Burle Marx. So right here is where you want to cut underneath the area root. The area roots is gonna turn into water as water roots or whatnot, which you can then transfer into potting soil or whatever you want to put it in. So I'm gonna cut about right there so I can have a little room for error. And yeah, that should help. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut that right there. So like I said, take your clean scissors, hit right here. And you always want to take a really good clean snip. Boom, just like that. So now I have my first plant. It looks like it's like stuck on there with area roots, which is good. And I also like the smell of philodendrons when you cut them. It has like a peppery smell. So trying to get this little thing out of here. Look like the area root's kind of taking over. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get this out of here and then take you to the next plant. So the next plant that I'm gonna take is this here gorgeous mature, I believe this is a Pedatum. I think I got it the Florida Ghost, but a lot of people kind of get it mixed up. It definitely has like, I mean, it's the Pedatum is actually a mix. I mean, the Florida Ghost is a mix between the Squamiferum, which I'm gonna take a cutting of, and the Pedatum. So they created the Florida Ghost, which of course is the variegated type or whatnot. So I'm gonna take a piece of this one right here. With this one, you can kind of see it doesn't really have like extended area roots. Well, that one is, oh no. So what I'm gonna do is go a node down about right here, and I'm gonna cut that. So you can see right here that that is where a new leaf will grow, that little green dot. So you always want to cut below that, and below that you see that there's the area root, so you want to cut way below that. So I'm going to cut about right there. So that's where I'm going to take the snip at, and here we go. 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay. Let me see, am I gonna take another cutting from there? No, I'll leave it just like that. So now I have cut number 2. So the next plant I will be cutting is this long guy right here. This is a Rhaphidophora. I like that like leaf shape or whatnot. It's very appealing. And you can kind of see it is definitely off of the pole. I didn't really extend it, so I can see why it probably like went off by its side. I mean, went off to the side. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take a couple snips off of here. So, yeah, I'm gonna take a couple snips off of here. So the first one I'm gonna do is just gonna be like a really big one here. I'm gonna take probably about a good bit. So like I said, there is the area root, which is kind of poking out right there. Above that is where the plants typically grow. So I'll go ahead and cut about right here. So that's gonna be one cutting, and then I'm gonna take another cutting down here. And I think I'm gonna take another cutting. So, nah, I'm gonna keep it like that. Now I'm gonna cut another one. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. Boom, just like that. So now I got 3 cuttings from that one. So now the next plant that I'm gonna cut is the Rhaphidophora Decursiva. So this here is actually a really mature leaf, along with this one here. And it looks like that one's not so mature, but yeah, this one right here. These things are known to like trail off. This is also, I believe, called a dragon tail, which kind of gives a nice little appearance to it. I believe this is, yeah, so it has a nice little split off right there. So as you kind of see, after this beautiful leaf here, it started to trail and try to find something to climb on. And as you can see here, it put out pretty much a regular leaf here, and it has continued to grow. And it stopped moving there, but you can see like the area roots are attached to the wood. So what I'm going to do is actually propagate this leaf right here, and I'm gonna put the rest of this here in Sphagnum moss, probably in like a jar form. And I can show you how I do that one as well, but as well as this here. So I'll try to do it per 2 nodes or maybe 3 nodes. And remember, the nodes are those areas right there where the roots come out of. So what I'm gonna do is cut, for the purpose of the jar, I'm gonna probably cut like right here and probably right there. Try to zoom in a little bit more. So I'm gonna cut right there. So here we go. Let me grab my scissors real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it right here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I'm gonna cut right above here because I won't really need all that extra area right there. And booyah. So now we have our Decursiva or dragon tail here, and the area roots, which is good, it'll turn into water roots or whatnot once I put it in the water. And this sheath here, if I can kind of take this sheath off with one finger, it should have a point where this little bump right here, it more than likely has kind of like a little green dot behind it. I got one hand right now and I'm holding the camera with this hand, but once I put it down, then I'll show you it. So yeah, got my Decursiva. So I got plant number 4. So yeah, this is pretty cool. All right, then I'm gonna just go ahead and snip these off and I'll show you what I did with that. Actually, I'll just go ahead and cut them right now. So I'm gonna cut this one, bang. So now I have this right here. And then I'm pretty much just gonna take this right here off the wall. I don't know how easy it'll be because these area roots are pretty engaged on it. Yeah, look at that. They look like caterpillars almost. So now I have this big joker right here. So yeah, I don't know where I thought it was going, but yeah, I got this now, so. All right. So I've had this little contraption, and you can tell like all the other leaves have died. So what I'm gonna do, hopefully I can save this. I'm pretty much just gonna go ahead and chop it right here, and hopefully save it by propagating it. So this should be a pretty easy one here. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little room by snipping it right here. So that's gonna be plant number 5. I believe this is the Esmeraldense, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe that's what that is, but okay. So that's gonna be plant number 5. Okay, so now we're at my first greenhouse, and pretty much my Philodendron Squamiferum it's been living in this little container here with like a soil that it came in and then I just put like a little pole on it because I couldn't be bothered by it. But I really want to get like mature leaves. Mature leaves actually look pretty nice on here. And this thing is pretty, it's going everywhere at this point. So what I want to do is actually draw this thing back. I'll probably have to take it out of here to grow because obviously it doesn't have that much room to grow. But what I want to do is actually take a couple of cuttings from off of here so that when I do actually get some time to re-pole it or put another pole on there, then it'll make a lot more sense. So what I'm going to do is, and this thing grows pretty sporadically, honestly. It's kind of everywhere really. So I see like this big chunk right here, which kind of consists of branches kind of going every other place. So what I kind of see me doing is probably cutting it maybe about right here and allowing these right here to grow. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna be in the bottle, but I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Or the second thing I'm gonna have to do is lose a leaf and cut this right here, which is another plan. This actually looks pretty interesting. Where is it? Right here. Look like that's like variegation. It's kind of interesting. But what I might have to do is cut this right here, or cut this right here and then take that leaf off, which would suck, I know, but it's for the greater good. I appreciate you, big dog. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it that way. So right here, like I said, is the area root that I want to grow. And then all this area right here will, so this right here will be in a bottle, pretty much. So I'll cut about right here so that I can give it some space. And yeah, I'm gonna cut it about right here. So 3, 2, 1, booyah. I really should cut more of it, but I'll take that. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this leaf off of here. And I know it's such a beautiful leaf. I wish I could not have to cut it, but I don't see me being able to put this right here in the bottle. So I'm gonna have to take that leaf off. So yes, it's sad, but more life. I appreciate your life, big dog. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that off. One hand, okay. And so now I have this here. We'll still have some beautiful leaves. That definitely looks like variegation. It's kind of tripping me out because I'm not sure if it is or not. But now this area right here, I will now put into water. So now we got our 6th plant, and now I'm gonna go and take it back. Here we go. Okay, cool. So we back now. So now what I'm gonna do is I just kind of let them sit for a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is take my powder. Like I said, you can either get you some rooting hormone or you can get some cinnamon. Cinnamon works the same. It's an antibacterial. So it just helps with the cut and the cut not getting any like type of disease or something like that. So what I typically will do, like you can see this little end right here, right? I'll just go ahead and dip it in there. Dip it in there a few times just to make sure that coating is there. And usually it's good to do a fresh cutting because it usually drips water or sap. So it will be easier to kind of seep up that way. So this was that area root from the Burle Marx. And it smells kind of funny. My next one here. Booyah. This here is the Rhaphidophora. And with this one here, I'm gonna hit both sides. So this was where the cutting was. And then this here was the top piece. So I'm gonna cut that too. I'm gonna put some powder on that one too. Hand me the baby powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some baby powder on that one. So got my Rhaphidophora there. Then now I got the Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma. And like I said, I'm gonna hit both sides. This one I think I got like 3 pieces. Ooh. Okay, that was just a sheet. And then one more piece here. And then this one was a top piece here, so I only gotta do just the bottom. Some difficulties, but what I did was pretty much put all the plants of them in there. I went on ahead and threw like a couple drops of the Super Thrive in there. I got my powder, which you can also use cinnamon, but I bought this from off of Amazon and it was like a rooting hormone or whatnot. So what I did was pretty much take each plant, dip it in the powder here, and I did both sides because I cut both sides and whatnot. And let it sit for a couple minutes, and then I went ahead and put it in each bottle. So I only put as much water as needed. As you can kind of see here, I didn't fill it all the way. As you can see that this area root here is in the water, so that's good enough for me. And then this one right here is in the water as well, so of course that's good enough for me as well. So I just tried to make it a little bit more simple there. And let me show you what I did with the other portion of that Ralph that was growing up the wall. I pretty much put it in, I cut it up already and put it into my prop box. So this prop box has like another anthurium in there. I can't tell you exactly what it is. I just know that it's a seed and it's a lot of seeds in there. But I just pretty much cut each up, maybe about 2 nose length, and just put them in there. You can cut off the area roots, but I don't really see a reason to do that. And I just put it on top of, so in here is Sphagnum moss and leca. I pretty much just put this on top of my heating mat, and it just causes it to root a lot easier. The heating mat is really good. I pretty much keep it on 24/7. I just make sure whatever I put on the heating mat has water in it, or it will most definitely dehydrate itself. And that's pretty much it, to tell you the truth. I have 2 more other props here, but I'll figure out what I'll do with that pretty soon. I may plant it, I may put it somewhere else. I'm not sure just yet, but yeah, so I mean that's pretty much it there. If you have any questions, definitely drop it down below. Let me know what you're propagating right now, and definitely what plants you are looking forward to as of lately. I know a few things I definitely want to propagate is my Monstera Thai constellation and my elbow, but they haven't grown to a very mature, or they haven't grown up the pole in which I have them on, so I'm gonna just keep it where it is right now. And then my Philodendron Pedatum, I really want to grow. I think that that'll be pretty dope too. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Definitely hope I try to keep it short. But yeah, welcome to the new year. If you made it down this far, I definitely appreciate you for being, for watching my videos. I definitely appreciate you. And as always, love, peace, and plants. Make sure you subscribe, like, and all that other stuff too. And I'll see you next time.